Hello, wait. I know you about to scroll. I know you about to scroll. Just wait a second. Hello, wait.
It looks like you lost another one.
Hello. Thank you for joining me for Conversations with Taz. Hold on, let me cut the volume on the other device. There we go. Can everybody hear me okay? Herb Sue. Let's get into some updates. Going back through the notes. Okay. So yesterday we had closing arguments and a couple of major trials. Not only the Kim Carter trial, the Gazelle Maxwell trial, and the Elizabeth Holmes trial. Isn't it ironic that they're all three white women? But I digress. I thought we black people were the ones that were destructive to this country. But during the closing statements for the Kim Potter trial, aka the trial regarding the murder of Dante Wright, where Kim Potter couldn't even say the name Dante Wright and refused to say the name Dante Wright. Let's keep that in mind. It was proven that she did not have a clear view to access. She freed her gun dominant hand and moved a piece of paper from her right hand over to her left hand, knowing that her taser was on her left side because she set up her gun and her taser on her utility belt and had done that for the past 26 years. She pointed and aimed, and aiming a gun, she still didn't catch that it was a gun. When she had just went through taser training for the taser that she had less than a month before this incident happened. So she knew that laser should have been pointing at him. She would have had to remove a safety. The only thing she wouldn't have had to remove a safety from was her Glock. But I digress. And when she yelled, and I quote, "Taser, taser, tasers," Officer Lucky and Johnson backed away. So her claim that she saw fear in another officer, she didn't. They were no longer in harm's way. And she knew, according to her training, if a suspect is behind the wheel, you shouldn't be trying to do anything to them because that could cause an accident, which happened. And right after she shot him, did she render aid? No. Did she call it in? No. Did the officers around her render aid? No. Did the officers around her call it in? No, they succumbed to her white woman tears and went to placate her, ignoring that there was a wounded individual from multiple gunshot wounds. You don't know what happened to the passenger of that car, and you watched it collide with another car. But as of 2 p.m. yesterday, deliberations commenced. The Maxwell trial, same thing. Closing statements happened yesterday, and deliberations began. I have not gotten any alerts regarding anything on that trial. And Elizabeth Holmes, the young lady who defrauded the medical community, claiming that she had a blood test and technology that would give people the upper hand. And survey says that was determined to be a lie. Um, and the next biggest thing is what's going on in Colorado right now with the minimum sentencing. It, you know what? Let's just get into it.
On Monday, New York, CNN Business, Senator Joe Manchin is facing calls from a powerful group close to his heart to reconsider his opposition to the Build Back Better Act, coal miners. A day after the West Virginia Democrat appeared to kill Build Back Better, America's largest coal mining union put out a statement lauding the legislation's provisions and pushing Manchin to take a do-over. "We are disappointed that the bill will not pass," Cecil Roberts, president of the United Mine Workers of America, said in the statement on Monday. "We urge Senator Manchin to revisit his opposition to this legislation and work with his colleagues to pass something that will help keep coal miners working and have a meaningful impact on our members, their families, and their communities." The 131-year-old UMWA called out several items that it believes are crucial to its.
Okay, sorry, played the wrong clip, but that is still pertinent, and we were going to talk about it tonight. But Senator Joe Manchin forgot what his constituents wanted in the district that he represents. They wanted him to pass the Build Back Better plan. But you know what he was more concerned about? Giving money once again to the military. But how embarrassing. But let's get to the Colorado mandatory sentencing and the driver that there is currently a petition out to get him released. Let's dig deeper into that. Here we go.
I don't know how some people don't believe in systemic racism, but here is a good example. This woman failed to stop for a school bus and killed 3 children and got 4 years in prison. This guy is a semi-truck driver whose brakes went out when he tried to avoid an accident, and he is sentenced to 110 years in prison. Like, what? Not only that, but his company has failed inspection before. They should be held accountable for the brakes going out. Please, please, please sign this petition. It literally takes 30 seconds. The link's in my bio. Unfortunately, we can't change the systemic racism in our justice system. We can only help one case at a time, guys. Please, please sign this petition. Thanks so much.
And that's the thing. This gentleman is receiving more time than if somebody set out to legitimately kill someone. Like, if he would have said, hey, I want to wage war on these people, he wouldn't have got the time that he got. The company that he worked for, while he was standing trial, they closed down. They closed down. Like, let that sink in. They closed down and left him holding the bag, where he has to suffer the minimum sentencing requirements of the state that he just happened to be in at the time, because his brakes went out. He was not an owner driver. He was a company driver, which means that was a company truck that was under company maintenance, which means when he showed up to work, they assigned him a truck to drive. And I know this because I know several truck drivers, owner operators, owner contractor, like you name it. And let me really put this in perspective for you all. The drivers from Walmart, they sign in every day and they don't know what truck they're getting. They don't know what route they're getting. They don't know the maintenance history on that truck. This could have been their first time driving the truck. So if anything goes out, they do their best. And the fact that he was trying to swerve, but it's a semi. How much swerving can you do? How much swerving can you do? And the minimum says, hey, let's give him this sentence just because. But then we have a white woman who purposefully plows over children. Let's not give her that same thing. Because, why would we? That wouldn't be apropos. She's white. She's white. That's not what we do. But let's get the full story. Here we go.
Truck driver sentenced to 110 years in prison for a fiery crash that killed 4 people along I-70. Rohel Aguilera Medeiros was found guilty by a jury and sentenced this week in Jefferson County District Court.
So that sentence has some people very upset. CBS 4's Rick Salinger covered this case since that crash happened in 2019 and now reports on the efforts to lessen his sentence.
James Cogan, the attorney for the truck driver, says there will be an appeal, but it won't be based on that 110-year sentence. Instead, it will be about any errors that might have occurred during the trial. But still, that sentence is raising more than just eyebrows. For those who drive the big rigs, what happened in Colorado this week is startling. 110 years in prison for Rohel Aguilera Medeiros in the fiery 2019 crash that occurred after losing his brakes.
It's unbelievable, honestly, because it could happen anytime, anywhere. And if the brakes fail, the brakes fail. It's a malfunction. 4
people were killed. The truck driver convicted of vehicular homicide, assault, and recklessness, bypassing a runaway truck ramp and swerving into stopped traffic on I-70.
I'm begging for forgiveness.
His attorney told CBS 4 there will be an appeal. An online petition on change.org has around 2 million signatures now calling for clemency or commutation of the sentence. The governor addressed that.
We review all clemency applications. We've yet to receive one from the individual.
Some, but not all, the victims of the crash settled lawsuits against the trucking company involved, but it has since gone out of business. The truck driver now left to bear the brunt of what happened.
The loss of life is sad regardless, but 110 years, that seems a bit much.
Truckers like him who pass by on I-70 may not notice, but there's a small memorial to this very major crash. The attorney for the truck driver says the law does not differentiate between negligent acts, like occurred in this case, and someone who might go out and plan and carry out a mass shooting. Along I-70, Rick Salinger, covering Colorado First.
Colorado, baby, you got to do better. You got to do better because oops. Hold on. These mandatory minimums, if somebody actually calculated something according to your minimums, they would get less than what this gentleman gets. And is that right? I'm asking a genuine question. Like, is it right for him to get more than somebody that was actually calculated? While I wait for some other videos to load, the Kellogg strike has come to an end. There has been a contract revision. Veteran employees will receive a $1.10 per hour increase effective immediately, and newer employees will begin at just over $24 an hour. And according to all the news outlets that have quoted the union and the company and this, that nothing was left off the table, no demands were not met. I do not know if that's 100% true. Like I said, this is just what they're saying. So we will see going through. But also, I do want to let you know that this Thursday, we will be doing our end of the year best of the best from all over the internet. Whatever we felt was the best. So make sure you tune in, bring a friend, tell everybody that you know. But as we wait for the rest of these videos to load, we're going to take a pause for the cause. We're going to run our Christmas ad. So and don't forget, 20% off. But let's roll into this next video.
I wanna start with your mama, cause you turned out like your dad. We could've bonded, we both had fallen for a sad excuse for a man. We both learned our lesson, the only big difference is I can take a pill consistently. Don't want another you up in these streets. She could've whooped your ass, but it's in your jeans. A dog that thinks every girl is in heat, hit it and leave. Playing mind games, you go hard. None problems till drink comes on. Come through, turns to get in my arms. And the next day you like, get money, get broads. Grow up, you're not thug, don't text me when it's only convenient for ya. Over and done just like your dad, big gun, no fuck baby mama for ya.
Mm, um, mm, um, mm, uh, sis, sis aired y'all out. Sis, let's just move on to the next video because sis aired y'all out. Let's
This
go.
morning, I had several police officers, both from Harrison County Sheriff's Department and Biloxi Police Department, at my front door. Early this morning, evidently, someone decided to send an email in my name to every Biloxi City Council member detailing my plans of going on a shooting spree today. According to this email, the motive behind this incident is because I hate my life, hate minorities, and my black ex-boyfriend abused me. I have no doubt that this is connected to the recent bomb threats communicated in my husband's name against the courthouse holding Brian Carlson's trial, which has since been postponed as a result. I'm going to show y'all some of the footage from my doorbell camera of me talking to the detective because I like to be transparent, and I know y'all are nosy. I would be too. I also want to use this as an opportunity to show y'all what swatting actually looks like because some people on this app have no idea and use terms they don't know the meaning of and without proof.
So they sent an email out today with your name on it. You can see that you hate the city of Biloxi and all the city councils are all listed here and minorities, and that you were going to go on a shooting spree today.
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So we're obligated to follow up on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is why we're here.
Absolutely. Okay.
We even brought some boxes up for you, and now we did deliver.
Oh, congratulations. Wonderful.
But yeah, so it's just saying that you're progressive, you hate your life, that, like you said, you got your guns, you're going to shoot up school, like, not school, sorry, you're going to shoot up places, you're abused.
My boy, what is this?
It's just something about an ex-boyfriend, that's why.
No.
How long you been married?
2016.
And he's military?
Swatting is a federal crime that involves intentionally deceiving law enforcement through false reporting of things like bomb threats and mass shootings. The email sent in my name this morning mentioned poor mental health and that I'm armed, which are well-known tactics in these situations. Unfortunately, my husband was not home at the time, but he did leave work immediately to be with me, and I have alerted all state and federal agencies involved in this whole ordeal. So that was my eventful Monday. I am okay, I'm safe. I'm just a little shaken up, but I'm fine. And to the Biloxi City Council members that received that email, I am so sorry that you had to read that. And rest assured that I'm doing everything in my power to hold whoever did this accountable.
And this is right here why I say people are taking the perceived power that they gain on social media way too far. Let's be clear, this woman was able to walk away from that situation because she was white. And I take nothing away from the prolific work that she has done online because I have watched her on multiple social media platforms do amazing work for marginalized communities. I am not taking away from that. But I want you to consider something. If the same information went out regarding me, do you think the cop would have sat there and joked about bringing packages up to my door? Do you think that I would have been given the opportunity to unlock and open my door to talk to him on my porch? And unfortunately, in this year 2021, too many times I have been put in that situation. And I have been put in that situation while I have been dealing with way worse stuff. And people who claim that they are research over me search bought the bullshit. Which makes me now question them. That's why my mantra going into 2022, your apology will be way louder than your disrespect. Period. Because y'all got to realize what is important to people. And y'all also have to realize just because you got embarrassed online does not mean you have to take a life or put a life in jeopardy. And it only goes to further show us that white privilege is real, that you can weaponize the police and other people against any marginalized community and anyone who stands up for a marginalized community. You're proving the point that we fight for every day. That's why I stopped fighting. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to keep going back and forth with these people. They know, and they know what they're doing, because we wouldn't have Karens if Karens didn't realize that they hold privilege, that they can weaponize. And Karens are not just white babies, because all skin folk ain't kinfolk, and everybody that's black and brown ain't down. Because there's some people that hate you just for being you, and they do not give a damn if you are fighting for what will keep you and your family safe, and them and their family safe. They just care about, oh, look at me and make me seem like the bestest. That's not what we about to do. That is not what we are about to do. And if you're beholden to an app so much that you keep going back to engage in the toxicity, you're not about the work. Sorry, not sorry. I'm going to. I always tell the truth and shame the devil. Because if you got time to go live for hours, make 11 videos a day, when are you doing the work that you claim that you're doing? If you know about every beef on every social media platform, when are you doing the work that you're claimed to be doing? I'll wait. And the biggest thing is, if you claim to be so connected and know all these people and have the ability to help marginalized communities, but you're hiding in the shadows going, can't nobody know I'm here. Can't nobody know I'm doing this. Are you really connected? And are you really fighting for these marginalized communities? Or are you just fighting for Al Capone level power? Like, why are you using the fight for equity as a stepping stone? Why are you worried about a following count? Why are you worried about how much you can get from a creator's fund? Why are you worried about how many people follow you from this social media platform to that social media platform? Because if you're doing the work in real life, you have a support system. You have a solid union. Are you supposed to? All I'm going to say, moving into 20, you know what, let's not say it like that because it makes it seem more disparaging and as if there's no hope on the way. Let's change it. Moving into 2022, let's make some changes. Let's actually be our brothers, our sisters, and our non-binary siblings keepers. Let's be there for people. And when they've been there for us, let's check on them. Let's stop going with the popularity crowd when we say we're working towards equity, because riding with popularity gets us nowhere. And massa is banking on us riding with clout in the popularity train. That's why so many people ride it. And they know they don't have to provide proof. They don't have to say, oh, yeah, this is actually true. Let me show you how it's true. Nope. They just got to make you feel some type of way about somebody you were already intimidated by, somebody you already felt some way about, somebody that you felt was going, inadvertently disclose you ain't as smart as you are, that you're not as knee deep in the movement as you are. So instead of you stepping up your game for the people that you claim that you're fighting for, you just ride with the rumors and then wonder why you're in a cyclone of drama and people are losing faith in you. And one little final nugget: if you have poor comprehension skills, can we leave you trying to clap back on folks in 2021? Because in 2022, have comprehension skills and clap back the proper way. Because I've seen too many faux clapbacks where people have completely missed the point. And then you have other people who are just as remedial as the first and as the last, high-fiving them. And you wonder why we are still stuck in a panini, a panorama, a Pandora, if you will, this pandemic that should have been ended a long time ago. It's because you all will pat your ignorant, non-comprehensive, ill-educated friends on the back because they will ride with you through all your drama and bullshit. But you forget that these are the same motherfuckers that won't get vaccinated, don't understand science, and are sitting back relying on you. And because you have a personal agenda, you are willing to risk the community, but then sit there and give faux outrage when your parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers, children, your spouses die because you have these same motherfuckers around you that you won't correct. Because I'm not going to be like everybody else and just target the anti-vaxxers. The anti-vaxxers are getting their momentum from their fake ass friends that just want to control the friend group, that just want to be the queen bee, the king bee. Well, you about to be that in your friend group because you about to be the only one standing. And that includes with your children and your spouses and your parents and your cousins and your aunts and uncles and your siblings. But anywho, that is our show for the night. And don't forget, check the link in my bio. There's a new Tastastic Tuesday podcast that is out today. And as always, what do I know? But each one reach one, each one teach one. Y'all get it together. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll get into it with Taz and Chris. And don't forget, on Thursday, we're giving each of us our top 5 awards for the year for different categories. And everybody's got different categories. So tune in to see what it is. And when you tune in, bring a friend. Tell your friend, your mama, your cousin, your best friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your non-binary friend. Bring them on over. And till tomorrow. Love y'all. Keep the peace.